Twitter finally let me delete the said selfie, so it does not exist on Twitter anymore. But I apologize for putting that up and for not believing that you are changing the world with your epic selfies. That is my apology of the week. So we want to get Michael on the show. Look for that to happen very soon. John, what do you think? Will that be epic or no?
I think it would be epic. We have constantly gone on the record several times saying that the most important part of the show is the people that listen to it, and Michael is definitely somebody who has had his ear to the ground since the get-go. Even before then, when you were doing shows with Corey, the PWA and It's a Man's World, and we definitely appreciate listeners like him and hope that there are many others out there.
Okay, well, there you go. So, Michael Anthony, we apologize, and we will get to Memory of the Week this week, guaranteed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say, did anything happen this past week in your world? Or
I had the week off this week. Went down to Georgia, spent some time with the wife's fam, and now I'm back, and unfortunately have to go back to work next week. So, but I just spent a lot of quality time with my son, and a little bit more time with my wife. Her birthday was the other day, so.
Well, happy birthday! Happy belated birthday to your wife there, Robin. All right, so Georgia, I
was going to ask you a question, but it's mildly inappropriate.
Okay.
Did you hit it and quit it?
Tell you what, we'll let the wife answer that one.
Oh, boy. All right, Lee, how was your past week?
It was good, man. It was good. I went to a CD release show at the Famous Five spot. I went to
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, Blackfoot Gypsy's secret show. They were under a different band name because they're contractually obligated to only play like 2 shows in the Nashville area. So when they perform, they have to use a different name. So that was cool. Then I also I ended up at a rap party for the show Nashville, if you know what a rap party is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not like hip-hop. I thought these people were like, you want to come to the rap party? I'm like, I love hip-hop, man.
And they threw a W on it and messed you all up.
Yeah, it was, whatever. It was fun.
W for white people. That's a white rap party
I want to disagree with you, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If there's a W, Whitey will be involved.
The show is called Nashville.
How did you end up at a Nashville rap party? Like
when I'm drinking, I just become a completely different person.
I mean, did you talk to someone that told you of this, or how did you know?
I think all I heard was party, and he's like, okay.
But I mean,
I just befriended some locals, man. You know.
So you were out, and they're just like, hey, you want to come to this? Nashville's wrapping up their season, or
she works for like
okay.
She caters for Nashville, I guess. So she was part.
See anybody that was anybody?
I wouldn't know.
You would recognize some of the.
I think she was
like
the
actresses and actors.
So the people I was with were kind of like hinting, like, don't go talk to those people. You know, so I assumed they were big time. So I kind of like walked past them and didn't say anything.
Okay. Well, I'd walk.
They had a DJ, so I was a little more interested in that. You know?
Yeah, I'd seen Eric Stoltz, actually. He was directing an episode. Me and Jeff, who I used to work with, we walked over to a taping that was happening downtown and kind of saw some of the stars, and we saw Eric Stoltz. So it was pretty cool, but yeah, you know.
The funny thing about Eric Stoltz, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. Mm-hmm. And originally he was actually the one that's supposed to play Marty McFly.
Yeah, they actually shot
footage. Like 2 weeks of footage, but he wasn't getting the comic reaction that they wanted. So they flipped it up and went with Michael J. Fox. But
there you go.
Little nerd trivia there for you.
There you go. John dropping the nerd trivia for you there. So, okay. So, Nashville Rap Party, cool. This past week. It was St. Patrick's Day this past weekend. I mean, I did not go out, spend it with family. I don't know, man. Now that I'm my age.
It's exciting.
The thoughts of going to a crowded bar on St. Patrick's Day, it's just terrifying.
I'm not sure anyone really celebrates St. Patrick's Day anymore like they used to.
I think younger people do.
I'm sure they do. It's probably more so in different areas too. I bet you Boston, it's probably huge.
Well, yeah, but like, okay, so here's the question I have. When I was young, we would always celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Do you think the old people at the time were saying the same thing? Like, no one celebrates St. Patrick's Day anymore.
They might have.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure. As we get older, we're going to be probably saying that a lot. But
I mean, I'm sure that was on a Saturday this year now, so they didn't go to school.
Yeah.
But If they had, they would probably wanted to wear green and.
I'm not
that
talking
kind of
about that
thing.
kind of partying, John.
I know, but I mean I mean, if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't probably be doing the same thing.
I built a leprechaun trap.
Arrgh.
I went to the bar and
I believe John might be
Built a
writing a
leprechaun.
book about a leprechaun. Is this down the road?
I would love to.
Okay,
Got a lot of details.
I don't want to
in
give
the
out.
mix.
Okay, well, we're not going to give out the details, but that is something you probably should pursue. I mean, it's as silly as you think it does not sound, because actually, John Oliver just came out with a book this week about a gay rabbit living with his family. I guess it was in response to Pence's daughter wrote a book about a rabbit, and I don't know. Anyway, but anyways, kids' books, they always sell, so just stay with that. I got a few notes from last week I want to go over real quick. We had a couple responses. We talked about, obviously, Mr. Stephen Hawking passed away last week, but we asked, who would you like, if you had to have a voice box like him, who would you want? And we gave our answers. Lee said Pee Wee Herman. John said Robin Williams. I said Darth Vader. James Earl Jones. And so we got a couple responses on Twitter and Facebook. Adam Cox, who writes for the show Superfan, said he would either have Alec Baldwin or Will Arnett do his voice. Will Arnett's not a bad one.
Yeah.
A user on Twitter, HVH04, said Morgan Freeman. I said that'd be a popular one. At Gemini Sneed said Barry White. That wouldn't be a bad one either.
Bad one.
And Captain Inappropriate says Stephen Fry. Do you know who that is?
That sounds familiar.
I think he's a
but
British actor, but I mean, he must have pretty cool. I don't know. So anyway,
yeah, I asked a few people.
did you not get the? Did you say Fran Drescher?
nuh-uh.
Yeah, we
Oh,
had
yeah.
someone say
Oh,
Fran Drescher.
Oh, Fran
Fran
Drescher. Okay.
Drescher.
Yeah, I was trying to write them all down, but
I've heard a few more. Got one. The Queen, Elizabeth II.
Oh, really?
I thought that one was a good one.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
The Queen of England. Hello. Hello
Okay,
there,
all
chap.
right, that's okay. That did it for me. I see now.
Yeah. I got a Harrison Ford from one.
Harrison Ford. What does Harrison Ford even sound like?
Get off my damn plane.
Is it no ticket? No ticket.
Yeah, you know. So, oh, he said Stephen Fry is a British guy, but we all know that Brits look the same to David. Well, that is true. We did discover that last week. All British men look the same to me, so there you go. Also, we talked about the Wax Museum here in Nashville, and good to know they actually responded to our episode. They actually watched part of the episode and said they actually loved that John was enthusiastic about it, and they were not happy about your lackluster response. So they said, John, you come back anytime you want. And we actually had several listeners say there's nothing wrong with it, and they actually
hold on a second.
they posted their
Wait.
pictures at the event. That's all I'm saying. So
Let
go
me
ahead,
let me
Madam
add.
Tussauds, go ahead.
They said you could come back for free anytime you want.
No.
They just said come back anytime you
yeah,
want.
they said we love listeners like you who actually are people like you who come in and support us.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, it was on Twitter.
They reached Facebook. They reached out to us directly.
I would expect that kind of response from the Wax Museum. You
Oh,
come back anytime you want and pay full price.
Oh,
that other guy, just don't come.
Come
if you don't
on,
like it.
man. What
And
is?
I'll have you know, there is people that responded on Twitter that were very happy to see the Wax Museum.
Fake news. That's untrue.
No, that is not.
No,
Hazel,
that is.
Hazel Sunshine.
Oh, okay. One person, hipster Hazel. Okay, that's fine. Tosh is a hipster. We know hipsters don't like to have fun. It's okay. It's cool. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there for you. I also want to give you a couple. What we got now, we're trying to get some misogyny alert shirts possibly made if we can get enough people to donate to the cause. We've already got a couple people have done it. So what you need to do is go to GoFundMe.com/misogyny shirt, or I'll put a link up this week. If you wanted to give us $5 and we get enough money, we'll make a whole batch of shirts like we did with the other shirts, and we'll send them out to you, and it'll be a good time. So that was fun. We're trying to get those shirts. Everybody seems to like them, so we're just going to touch base, start getting some donations going, and we will. Is that not it? Oh, try misogyny alert. Oops, my bad. So
I think you told everyone wrong.
GoFundMe.com/misogyny alert.
Go ahead and spell it so that everyone knows.
MISOGYNY alert.
Alert.
So yeah, it is a tough word. It took me a while. Now I can spell it perfectly, but whatever.
Well, thank God.
So yeah, so if you want to get one of those shirts, hit us up, and we will extend that probably till at least the end of the month, and we'll see how it goes. But I'd like to get those shirts out. They're pretty cool. So, all right.
What's the minimum?
I mean, I'd like to get at least $100 and something. I mean, we're aiming for $220 to cover all costs, but I mean, we'll eat a little bit of the cost. We can get at least half of it,
If we don't hit the total, I will rob a chicken shack.
There you go.
and donate the money to get the T-shirts.
Okay.
Will you do that in Nashville, or will you do that in Atlanta?
I can't like say exactly. I can't say exactly where I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
No ballpark, just southern United States, maybe southeastern.
Southeast, maybe somewhere in Georgia. I don't know.
Donald
Big
Glover.
city in
Donald
Georgia.
Glover might be in the area when you do it. So, okay, well, let's go. We got some topics to hit this week. I guess the big topic this week, obviously, was the news about Facebook. Everybody's going nuts about Facebook, and there's a hashtag delete Facebook is moving through the social media waves. Lee, I mean, obviously, this is on the tech stuff. I lean on you a little bit more. Can you explain to us what the hell is going on with Facebook and why everyone's alarmed that the data just, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if you're surprised by this, then you're probably just not a very intelligent person to begin with, right?
But people are really upset about this. Why?
So what happened is they had a program, and if someone downloaded Farmville, basically, they could get any data that was a friend of someone on Farmville. So typically when you sign up, you're like, if you play Farmville, they'll get your data, right?
Yeah, right.
But what it was when your friend played Farmville, they got your data. So if your friend played, they would get
I got third-party data, yeah.
And we all know we were all on Facebook in that era.
Oh, for sure.
And that one person that would post those Farmville, like
well, there's more than one, but go ahead.
Those were the worst people, were they not?
Sammy, I believe, played some version of Farmville. I mean,
he
may
post?
correct me. Somebody was posting a lot of game stuff, and Adam Hewitt used to play it religiously. He would actually, I listened to his podcast, Podcasserole. He said he would get up in the middle of the night to go farm his crops and then go back to sleep.
Oh my!
I mean, that's just a gamer grinding. But did he ever like social post it? Like, yo, join my farm. So
I would block those people immediately. Like when I saw,
but when they did that, they got your data. That's when their data. That's when your data was gone.
Well, my data is not really that important. I mean, anything I post. I feel, especially doing the podcast. I mean, everything's out there as far as and we reveal a lot on the podcast. And what are they really going to get off my Facebook page? I mean, what I like, what music I like. I mean, I said,
no. So what happened was did you not see this video clip of Cambridge Analytica?
No, I haven't. No.
So they were like, so what happened was there was a professor of psychology that was collecting it. He wasn't associated with the university at the time, but he was harvesting it and basically, I guess, either selling it or collecting it for Cambridge Analytica, which I assume he was selling it. So, but these people were caught in a hidden camera video saying that they would set politicians up. They were like, yeah, like gathering all this data is good and we want to do it. But what's really works is if we entrap them in saying something negative on camera, or if we bring women around and get them embroiled in prostitution and get it caught on camera. And then later they were like, oh, we were just like, the client was saying outlandish things and we were just going along with it. We didn't want to, anger him or whatever.
Huh.
But it's all on a video. And these are the people.
Which is weird because this exact thing you're describing was actually a plot point in House of Cards directly. Literally on the show, Frank Underwood goes, I don't know if he goes, but someone goes, I think his wife goes to someone, a firm like this that's collecting internet data, and they're finding ways to get more votes, get stuff out there, social media. So this is literally House of Cards, maybe. I mean, it's nailed a lot of things that have happened, which is kind of strange, man. But this one here, especially, they nailed it.
Yeah, I think the one thing that people are most probably upset about is Facebook had people embedded in the Trump campaign to help with marketing, since they were so basically they would send Facebook employees so that they would have a better handle on the data and stuff. So, and they would target people that were undecided. So I think the big one, I think we were talking about this before, they would coin these slogans, which was
drain the swamp,
which Trump thought was...
He thought it was hokey. He said he thought it was a dumb saying, and then it kind of caught on. What was the other one you were saying?
Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary. So he didn't come up with these things.
Of course
This
not.
is disappointing. I thought he was
Do you really think that Trump is a mastermind?
They're not great nicknames, dude. I mean, you're talking Crooked Hillary. We could have come up with that in 5 seconds. I mean, it's not the greatest nickname of all time.
But you really think
Slick Willie is the best.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But you really think Donald Trump is some mastermind sitting in the back and he's like...
No.
This is the dude that's known for saying things like calling people, what's the Indian woman on the silver dollar or the American dollar coin?
Sacagawea?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sacagawea. Remember he was calling that woman in Congress or Senate Sacagawea twice after he got in trouble for it.
Okay, yeah.
You don't remember that?
Elizabeth,
really?
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah,
Him
yeah,
and Elizabeth
yeah.
Warren, yeah. Geronimo or whatever. What he was calling her. Okay, well, there we go. So are you guys going to delete your Facebook, John?
No.
Lee?
I haven't been on my Facebook in quite a long time, so.
I mean, like I say, I use it to promote the show, and also I use it just to post like pictures of the kids and things where
Yeah.
I know family members are looking and people I know. So that's about it. I mean, I get on there and see people like getting political and all. I'm just like, man, who's got the time for this nonsense?
I've said it before. If there's a way that not just Facebook but all social media, if there's a way that you like had to mark it as being political and you can just like
I said that.
skip those.
Yeah. So I want to make an
Yeah,
entire platform based on that. Yeah,
that'd
it'd be great.
Or what if people just stopped posting politics?
Well,
on
they
there?
won't though.
They
I mean,
won't.
that's the problem. So Zuckerberg, was he more involved than he's letting on?
So Zuckerberg in 2014, I think, is when they first started this expanded app data program where third parties could download all the app data. And Zuckerberg at the time, he wanted really Facebook apps to take off, and he made a policy that if there is any app that violated the terms and conditions and was supposed to be banned from Facebook, they would have to talk to Mark Zuckerberg first and only, and he's the only one that can make the decision to ban an app or not, because he wanted apps not to be banned.
Right.
So only in the most like flagrant violations would he ban an app.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he was completely complacent in it, 100%.
Well, I mean,
come on, man. You don't think Mark Zuckerberg knew what his business was being built on? Someone told me today that Facebook was funded by the intelligence community.
I mean, who told you that?
I think we know.
Oh, okay.
we know.
Former guest of the show. Well, I mean,
it's our first for the BYB. We got a live studio audience tonight.
not the first time, but
I was trying to make it cool. I'm sorry.
I would, man, Amazon, Facebook, they're all just going to turn out to be the most evil empire we've ever just allowed to walk in the house, take it over, and then kick us out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a roommate that just takes over the house, and then one day you're like outside with no key, and you're like, what happened here? That's what's happening right now with America. Amazon just this week purchased those robotic dogs. Now you just got to start asking yourself questions here.
You're talking about the ones for the army or whatever?
Yes, they bought them. Why
are they buying?
Why are they buying these robotic dogs? Oh, I know why.
I think
I've
it's going
already
to be like
talked
The
about why.
Simpsons where they have the Smithers has the hounds.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it ain't going to be funny once
Release
it
the
happens.
hounds,
Just
yes.
watch once again.
Yes.
Black Mirror, okay? I'm just telling you, Black Mirror, write it down, get it done, watch the episode. You'll see what's on the horizon here.
Well, they already did like the big headline this week. I don't know if you saw that about the Chinese are enacting a Black Mirror episode where they're doing a social rating.
Yeah.
And then, so like the Wolfie points. If
Oh,
you saw
okay.
that
Yeah,
episode,
yeah.
And if your Wolfie goes too low, you won't be able to travel or
I actually like that.
work.
I actually like that.
You like that?
I like it.
idea?
I mean, if it was regulated, I mean, yeah, you can't just go around. It's like no different than Uber or Lyft, right? Because if you have a low enough score on Uber or Lyft, you can't drive anymore. And there's no real system to it. I mean, someone could just give you a 1 rating. I guess you can dispute it, but if you get enough 1s, you're done. And there's really no system in place for why you get a 1 or a 5, right? And I think on Uber, they want you to have at least a 4.7 or above on a 1 to 5 scale. And if it goes under that, you can't drive for Uber anymore. So it's not like this isn't.
But like you saw the episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
People are just like complacently.
But we're already there, man. That's where we're at. People get on social media for just to have people say they're great or to confirm their ideas. And when they don't, this is when all this nonsense starts. It's on Twitter and Facebook. People just start attacking other people. Yeah, that's what everyone wants. Look at Instagram as your best example, man. That platform is only for I mean, if businesses can use it, podcasts can use it. You take those people away and you get to a group of people that are looking for, they're just looking for people to accept them. They're looking for just all these, hit the like me, I need 1,000 likes. I mean, we're there. This here in China that we're talking about is, yeah, like you said, that basically if you get a low enough score, you can't even get on a plane and fly. And we've all flown before, and there's some pretty gnarly people that fly. I mean, people People would take their shoes off. People put their feet up on the seat. I mean, this is, come on, guys. You just know that's unacceptable. People are bringing weird animals on and all this. I mean, we need to get this stuff clear.
People getting choked out, dragged down the aisle.
Well,
right?
you do what you're told to do.
What about, did you hear about that stewardess that put the dog in the overhead compartment?
No, what, it died?
Yeah,
Oh, actually,
suffocated
I
to
did.
death.
And then another one, the dog was supposed to fly to Minnesota and ended up in Australia. They swapped up the two dogs. So, I mean,
But at least in that story, the dogs are okay, right?
I think so. They were still, when I watched it, they were still.
Well, I mean, when the one dog came back, it came back with an Australian accent.
So what if you had a universal online identification number, and then your social media score was based on that?
Okay.
So that when you argued with people on Twitter, or if
there
you
you go.
mansplained people, or you this is a new phrase that I'm trying to bring.
Okay.
Hag-nagged someone.
Hag-nag.
Hag-nagging.
Is that not for the ladies, though? That's not for dudes, is it?
No, that's when a lady
Wait,
mansplains.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's when a
That's,
lady.
that's borderline misogyny.
I was clarifying. What the term meant.
I will gladly mansplain hag-nagging to you if you would like.
Well, there's a lot of hag nagging going on Twitter for sure. But anyway, all right. So, all right. Well, I mean,
no, you're for the.
I'm for it. Yeah.
Really?
I believe manners need to come back. People need to start acting right. I mean, there needs to be some kind of system.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question. Have you ever catfished someone online?
Yeah.
So
I mean, honestly.
those are ideas.
When I was younger, when I was a young man, I mean, I was dumb, But
so
yeah.
if we were to go to something like that, we wouldn't be able to catfish.
Well, that's
people
fine.
anymore.
I have not catfished anyone in the last 20 years. No.
What about the youth though? The youth will never be able to catfish.
Well, I think
someone.
they'll survive.
What's some examples of your catfishing days, David?
Yeah, give us a catfish.
You were there with me some of the time.
Oh, do you catfish John? You roped him into your lair?
There were girls that we kind of were trying to get the lowdown on, so we created
Wait,
fake
what?
profiles.
So okay, what? What was
Well,
the-
I mean, to kick it back even further, I mean, we did call Reese Witherspoon's number.
That's true.
But did she answer?
No, we got the back in the answer machine days.
Somebody called us back from Burbank, California,
And who was it?
I think it's Ryan Felipe because they
or
were still
his
married.
agent or something. It was
Yeah.
somebody like that, and we just chickened out. And never
What did
called
y'all
back.
say on the voicemail?
We said, "Hey, we do a little TV show here, and we'd love to get what's his name, Ryan
Felipe.
Ryan Felipe on the show." It's when he was first starting out, and we're like, "We'd love to get him on the show." Blah blah blah. Because backstory. Me and Kenny, an old friend of mine, and John, we worked at Blockbuster together, and Reese Witherspoon would come into our Blockbuster because she lived in that area.
Yeah.
Not that we're rich. This was just the only Blockbuster in the area.
It was a simpler time.
Yes, she came in, and her phone number obviously was on the account. So we got the phone. Number 2.
That's illegal.
No, it's not illegal. Number 2, I've done illegal things at Blockbuster. That wasn't one of them. Number 2.
Murder has no statute of limitations, by the way.
What happens?
Luckily-
what happens at Blockbuster?
Does felony theft have a limit? But anyway, no, we got her number, and she was a total bitch whenever she would come in. Like she dressed down Kenny in front of all these people one time. Like he tried to make conversation, and she just tore him up. She was like, "Hey, how are you doing? You're Reese, right?" And she goes, "Yeah, everyone knows I'm Reese Witherspoon. What's your point?" And Kenny goes, "No, I was just saying your name's Reese."
No, like I have to verify your account.
But anyway, we got her phone number. We called the number, and like I said, they were dating, so somebody called us back. So that's kind of catfishing.
I can't remember. I can't imagine
Oh, wait a
why
second,
she would
Lee.
be
Hold
so
on.
upset.
Mr. Lee. Me and you catfished the local bulletin board system.
That's not really catfishing.
Oh,
that's,
yes.
That's social and that's hacking. That's social.
We made up
engineering.
fake accounts.
That's not really catfishing.
Oh, okay.
It
All
kinda
right.
is.
There you go.
That's
a re-
catfishing before it was
I'll tell you,
catfishing.
no, the woman who you got to push the keys knew
Yeah.
it was you.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's not really catfishing.
Okay.
That's just
Social
social
engineering.
engineering,
I
which
was
is it's close.
I was pretty good at that. So.
Yes, you probably still are. I would assume you probably have.
I mean, technically, almost any prank call is catfishing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we have a really loose term for catfish.
We're old, yes.
Catfish is supposed to be like a dude posing as a woman.
I
I'm
can't
pretty
be a girl
sure.
posing. No, the movie was a woman posing as a younger woman. That was the whole
Oh, is that
documentary.
it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a documentary. Yeah.
I think it just the ones that get reported are the ones that.
Well, no, I mean the whole movie was this guy met this girl, quote unquote, who was a young ballerina, and turns out she was like some old, like Southern redneck woman. So it's amazing that term stuck around and we still use it to this day. Like, and that is the term for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right, John. What's the over and under on David's number of current catfish accounts
Current?
on social media? Yes, current.
Probably fairly low. I mean, I think he's just too busy between life and kids and stuff to do all that
I don't have time
stuff.
for that nonsense.
John,
anymore.
you're supposed to play it up. Come on.
Well,
I'm going to be honest. I'll say 0. Zero's the over and the under.
Now, I did make a Glenn Jackson account back in the day because that was my alter ego, and he would maybe upvote certain polls and retweet certain episodes, whatever, no big deal. So,
Whatever.
so I guess
Jackson.
So I guess I have. So all right. And Jason Steen from chat, if I put John's photo on Grindr, that's catfishing. Not that I'd catch anything. Whoa, man, this has got to come to a head at some point.
Disappointed in your chat.
Are you disappointed?
I'm not disappointed. I'd like to see the results of that.
I'm not really disappointed.
I'd like
either.
Jason to come in at some point, and
I'm disappointed that you're not.
What's the
catfishing
over and
on
under of my
Grindr right now.
Grindr account?
over under.
The number
Over
of
under what do they call it? Matches? Over under matches for John's Grindr account. 3.5.
3.5.
Over or under.
Oh, definitely under.
Oh
I don't even know what these numbers mean. Is that like out of 10?
no! How many people would match up with you on Grindr? 3.5.
How many
That
people would
means
swipe right?
how many people swipe right?
Out of how many?
3.5 is the over under. You say
Like everyone that
he's saying under 3.5 means 3 or less. Over 3.5 means 4 or more. He's saying you maybe get 3 and that's it out of thousands of people on the Grindr
I
app.
don't know. How many people are on Grindr?
I'd be okay with that number on Grindr.
I would want a much higher number. I would
right?
want like 10,000 people wanting to hook up with me, man. What are you talking about? Why do you? It's not even you. You want higher numbers.
It's not even me. It's a catfish account.
It's not even you, man.
He's like, it's like that Catch a Predator show. He walks in, John's like, have a seat. Pulls out the disappointment cannon.
The disappointment cannon. I would want everyone to match me. John, what are you talking about?
I just don't. I mean, I don't know if it's someone that I wouldn't be interested in. Then I wouldn't care if they were interested in me or not.
Okay, so you don't care if anyone. I don't even know where to go with this. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever,
let's move
man.
on.
All right, over under 3.
We got another story.
All right, moving on to the next story. Hey, have you guys ever tried a pickle slushie? Have you ever tried a pickle slushie, Lee? John, how does that sound?
It does not sound super appealing.
Lee, would you try this on the show next week?
Yeah, I would try it.
You would. Do you think it'd be any good?
So, like, the
Would
thing.
you finish it?
I mean, maybe. So I have 2 things. Like, first off is they say for athletes that you should drink pickle juice to get rid of cramps or to prevent cramps. Yeah.
What?
I guess it has like a lot of salt or something in it. The
You ever
vinegar.
heard this, John?
No, but it sounds plausible.
And the other thing is they say is really good, and I've always wanted to try, and I've never done, is the like vodka and pickle shots, I think, like liquor and pickle juice shots.
Yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah.
So how's that any different than drinking a pickle slushie?
That looks disgusting, man. I love pickles. Don't get me wrong, but that looks disgusting. There's no way, John. Would you be able to finish that?
I don't think I would.
I mean, you haven't even tasted it.
All right.
That's
you
what
like
I
pickles?
think. I like pickles, but
I
mean, if you like tuna and you like ice cream, you're not going to mix the two.
I mean, is it bread and butter
point,
or is
John.
it dill?
I don't know what it is, man. It's probably the cheapest thing they could find. It's Sonic. It's not like they're
I
pushing
just don't
high.
like bread and butter pickles. Like,
I can't
they're
believe
gross.
you think. I mean, I like one pickle, dude. I'm not eating a whole jar of pickles at one time. You know, I mean, there is a limit to that. Pickle is a limited taste item.
I mean, have you ate slushies at Sonic? Did it taste like the flavor?
Yeah,
like
generally.
watermelon. Does a watermelon slushie really taste like a
I
watermelon?
mean, it has a watermelon taste to it.
Kind of,
yes.
not really.
Well,
it's
kind
more
of.
sugar than anything. So I imagine this thing is probably a really sweet.
All right, so
pickle.
you're gonna try one of these in the next week.
If you bring me one, I will drink it.
Oh, if
on
I
the
bring
air.
you one, you can't go out and get one and film it, and put it on the YouTube page,
I mean,
man.
I could. I guess.
All right, I'll try to do it this
You
week.
brought in a hot ghost pepper and it almost killed me. So
Yeah, that's true.
like, why wouldn't you bring me?
Is there
pickle
Sonic
slushie?
around here?
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Okay, next week I will try to remember to bring in the pickle slushies and we'll try them.
All right.
And this
Write
is
it
from
down.
Michael Anthony. He wanted to we'll see.
That's how much we love our listeners. Is when they bring stories to us, we will mention them.
There we go. Sometimes. All right. Well, I just want to ask that real
What's
quick.
the over and under that I finished the pickle slushie?
10% you finish the whole thing.
10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna also bring you the 44-ounce one.
Well, the chat seems to love the idea. Everyone's like, yeah, we love it. It's awesome. It's fantastic. So
Yeah, I don't have you never drank pickle juice from a jar?
Yes, when I was a child. Once again, Lee, I have not done this as an adult.
I've heard that,
why would I?
I think all three of us are fans of Chick-fil-A. I've heard that they use pickle juice in their batter.
Okay, I got to say something about Chick-fil-A.
Uh-oh.
It's all right, man.
Trigger.
I mean, it is not my number one. It's not my number one food establishment at all. I think it's overrated.
What's your number one food establishment?
Oh, fast food establishment.
Okay, number one
fast food. I mean, the one I haven't eaten a fast food place in a while, actually, but when I did, McDonald's was like the go-to jam, man.
I'll tell you what, man, Chick-fil-A is tasty.
It's chicken. That's it.
I've showed up there Sundays and just been disappointed.
McDonald's has chicken, hamburger, fish.
They don't. Okay, first
ribs.
off, McDonald's doesn't have half of those things you just said.
Yeah, they do.
They have all those things, but
They
come
call
on.
it. They call it that.
John tells us they've got salads as well at McDonald's,
That's
man.
right. That's
They
right.
do.
They got a funny clown. What was it? What did the clown do? I don't even remember.
The thinnest clown.
They got thin clowns at McDonald's. Of course I want to go. I'm going to jump in the ball pit.
All right, well, hopefully next week we'll try the pickle slushy on the air. And McDonald's is the number one fast food place in America.
Probably the world.
Okay, the world, whatever.
Okay, so let's go to one of your favorite topics.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Weird tattoos.
Weird tattoos. Okay, here we go. So we got a weird tattoo story coming to us here. Here we go. So we've all know Ben Affleck was Batman. Maybe we'll be Batman in the future.
Kind of.
Who knows? This week it came out that he's obviously got this massive back tattoo. Now, I thought of John immediately when I saw this story. I thought of John straight up because we've talked before. If you missed it, only one of us on the show has a tattoo, and that's John. Now, John went and got this tattoo from a guy with probably an ankle bracelet around his.
There's no probably. Yes.
Oh, he did. He had an ankle bracelet.
100% had an
He
ankle
did half the
bracelet.
tattoo. Told him to come back. When he came back, the guy was gone. He vanished like thin air.
He was on the
lamb.
The chase.
He was on the
lamb. The race.
Oh,
he was on the race.
He was on the race.
I don't know what that means.
It's slang.
Oh, the
for
lamb.
being on the run.
The lamb.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Ben Affleck has gotten this massive tattoo of a phoenix on his back, and initially he told people it was a fake tattoo for a movie. Now it's come out that this is actually a legit tattoo, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. He's literally a public figure who's going to be at the beach. Did he not think anyone was going to notice? He still had the same tattoo that was for a movie from 2 years ago. So the internet is up in arms about this. So we're looking at it's obviously a huge phoenix. It goes from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. It goes from the top of his neck pretty much, the back of his neck, to where pretty much his hips are. So let's go ahead. Lee, what do you think of this amazing?
I just want to read what this one person tweeted. Next time you're feeling sad, remember that you're not Ben Affleck, so you don't have a tattoo so big and ugly and so universally ridiculed that you had to lie and say it was only temporary and just for a movie when it is so clearly not.
This is John. You're the tattoo master. Jason Steen is he's amazed in the chat. How does John have a tattoo and Lee doesn't? I'm dying. John, judge this tattoo, which looks like something you would have honestly got if you want the truth.
This is
if that's
hideous.
if that's a dragon, you would have got it. Go ahead, judge.
No,
Ben
I do have a dragon, and I would never get one that big.
I don't know.
That's a little much.
The person that you didn't really scope out the guy that was giving you the tattoo, so he could have just decided you needed a big dragon tattoo. That's obviously what happened to Ben Affleck here. He obviously was passed out drunk, and someone's like, "Let's put a giant."
How would he do this?
Peacock on the back. Of
there's rumors he's either an alcoholic or he has gambling problems. So maybe this was
Maybe he lost a bet while drinking.
That's a terrible bet he made. But a lot of time, alcoholics or whatever turn to other things to occupy their
Is alcoholism the gateway drug to tattoos?
To shitty tattoos, apparently, because there's one right there, man. That is a terrible looking tattoo. And even his exes ripped him to shreds, man. Jennifer Lopez says, well, it's colorful. I'll say that. And then I
don't think it's that bad of a tattoo.
Oh, it's terrible. Lee, it's massive, dude.
I think he could really go Asian theme. He could get a...
You know where you would see
he
that?
He could get a wave going, and maybe some dudes rowing a boat.
You know where you would see that?
Calligraphy or something?
You ever seen one of those vans where obviously the dudes are inside just smoking and blazing, and you see the crazy art on the side? It's usually like a wizard or something. That tattoo is on one of the side of those vans, man. The Phoenix Rising, a lot of colors going on. Don't know what this tattoo's about, but that is bad form. I mean, he should have just went up to his neck and just got on my hit list, and we'd been fine here.
I mean, number one, it's not very attractive. Number two, it doesn't look very well done. I mean, for someone who's honest, he's a millionaire, right?
Oh, he's millionaire.
He is a millionaire. I'd have to say that he probably paid less than like $300 for that tattoo.
He probably paid.
Oh, John, that's more than $300. You paid almost $300 for your tattoo.
I paid $200 for mine, but that's how bad that one is.
There's a lot of detail.
It's not that bad, guys. Come on.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, let's be honest. Lee's saying it's not that bad because me and David are saying it's bad.
I'm just saying, like, if he would have gotten like a face tattoo or
people are up in arms about Ben Affleck. Is it time this week to do a Who's to Blame on Mr. Ben Affleck? Is that going to be a good topic, Lee, for you?
I don't think we've done an Idiot of the Week in a while. I think he won that one.
Oh, man. Lee, what do you think about Who's to Blame this week? We were talking about that before the show started.
We had a topic, and then I'm always forgetting. I'm sorry.
There's a few things we tossed around.
I was hanging out at the van before.
Oh, you're hanging out at the van?
I'm sorry.
So do you want
the van that looks especially like Ben
Ben
Affleck's back?
There's a wizard inside.
Do you want to do Who's to Blame Ben Affleck, the person? You said we had to stick to like pop culture.
Sure. If you're putting me on the spot, I'm assuming you want me to say yes.
Well, they're saying he's the worst. He makes bad choices. He's a terrible actor. So,
and you want me to defend Ben Affleck?
It's time.
Okay, I'm going to say this: if it's an actor, y'all two are going to have to take it.
It's time for Who's to Blame. All right, it's time for Who's to Blame, where we take a topic, a person, a pop culture movement. One of us is pro, one of us is anti.
Can we do Kevin Smith instead?
Okay, Kevin Smith.
Okay.
All right, Lee, you going pro Kevin Smith or anti? This will be easy. I could do either all day, so I'm going to let you two do it. Lee, are you for Kevin Smith or
I'll
against?
defer to John.
John, which one do you want to attack here? Are you for Mr. Smith or against him?
I'm with you, man. I could go either way on this one.
Which one do you want?
I'll go pro.
Okay, pro Kevin Smith from John. Here we go.
Pro Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is brilliant, both in front of, behind the camera, and behind the ink pen. If you know what I'm talking about, this guy's all over comic books. He is passionate about many things, and it bleeds into the pop culture. I mean, who hasn't heard of Jay and Silent Bob? I mean, just that breakout role that he's done. He's done so much with only a single line per movie that he's in. Who else can convey that much with just a single line? And then what he's done in comic books and directing, just a brilliant, brilliant man. And, I mean, yeah, he may be overly passionate about things, but that's the way you have to be. You have to put your foot down about something, and you have to stick to it. And Mr. Smith, I commend you for it.
All right, Lee.
I'm just going to have to disagree with you, John. Kevin Smith, the talentless, chubby hack in a trench coat.
Oh, so you're knocking chubby people now.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Chubby people everywhere need to be ashamed of themselves. So
we need to put Lee in a fat suit next week.
I'm just kidding. People would kind of not. So Kevin Smith, what is it like? Clerks. Have you seen this movie? They couldn't even afford color in it. And have you? Okay, I get it. Clerks has a cult following. It's so good. It's got Silent J and Bob in it. Have you seen Clerks 2? That is one of the worst movies to ever grace the screen. Why did they make a sequel? Anyway, Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, let me, Mr. Sellout. I'm going to make a movie called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Out or Strike Back or something.
Whatever.
Who even knows? Did you see that movie? You think that was quality? Really?
I did.
Okay, I get it. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. Okay, you made a movie about going to the mall. Congratulations. You picked an all-star cast. Hooray, you know? What's next? You going to make Tusk 3 or something?
Oh, no.
It is a trilogy. Have you seen Tusk?
Okay, I haven't seen Tusk.
Have you seen...
Okay, look.
What's the other one? There's one more. I want to jump in real quick. Yoga Hosers. Yoga Hosers.
You can't even... No, I haven't seen that.
Oh.
Look, here's the thing. If you're Kevin Smith and you're so talented at making comic books, stick to it. Because your movies are subpar and you need to get a clue.
That's it. That's Who's to Blame.
You tell me who's to blame. You tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
I love you, Kevin Smith.
I just say with Tusk, sorry, man. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Worse than Batman and Robin?
No, yeah, it's worse. Have you seen Tusk?
No.
Well,
I don't know.
Your
Just-
assignment, John, since you're Mr. Kevin Smith, you haven't even seen his latest 2 movies, which is kind of weird. But I want you to watch Tusk, please. Actually, if you can't find it, I'll get it for you and get it your way. Oh, it's pretty bad. Okay, but to wrap up Ben Affleck, John called it. He's calling it out. It's our idiot of the week.
Oh my God, I am surrounded by idiots.
To the idiot mobile. You idiot. You're an idiot.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
All right, there we go. Ben Affleck is our idiot of the week for that massive.
All right,
Phoenix
you just want to
spectacle.
rapid fire the rest of these news stories?
Let's go real quick.
Steven Seagal, me too.
We were all about that Bitcoin Gen 2, man. Steven Seagal was the ambassador. He was a spokesperson. Well, this week, Bitcoin 2 is taking a massive hit because the ambassador has been accused of rape, multiple accounts of rape. He actually allegedly harassed Jenny McCarthy. There were other actresses as well. Say he's a creep. He's out here apparently raping young girls on movie sets. We're telling you now, get out of Bitcoin 2. It's done.
It's done.
The movement's over.
If you put the $20 in it, get it now.
Man, they email me like every day, and I tried to sign up, and it was like all this weird stuff was going on. I was like, yeah, I'm out, man. But now with him, yeah, Steven Seagal. I think we called him as a Me Too guy like months ago, man. Before any of these,
did.
We're prophets.
We should just do that. We should be like the people that go around and just accuse people of Me Too movements.
That's good. Who are we gonna pick? Is there anybody you can pick?
Who's that one creepy guy?
That one creepy guy in Hollywood.
That one down.
If you can name that one creepy guy in Hollywood, we'll give you points right there.
I would say maybe like Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon will be next on the Me Too movement. You heard it here. Blame Your Brother, episode 84. Clip that. Put it in your...
Okay, so self-driving cars. Go.
Bad idea. Robots taking over. Uber suspends the self-driving car test after a pedestrian, I don't know, they're killed by one of these cars in Arizona. If you think this is a coincidence, guys, this is the dogs, this is the cars. They're going to start killing us.
This is the beginning of Skynet.
This is.
You know what I would say?
What?
A Lyft self-driving car would never kill anyone.
Oh.
That little pink mustache would be glowing. There would be plenty of illumination.
Well, he's less intimidating, so of course, yeah.
So yeah, that's the problem. It's Uber. Like we knew Uber was evil, right?
They're all evil.
Just wait till they meld with Amazon.
Honest
That's when
question
it's
before
over.
we get to the next story. Is there any way in hell you would honestly trust a self-driving car at the age we're at, John? I'm going to go John first.
Only if I could take over at any time.
So you're Will Smith from AI. If you can take over while you've seen AI with I always call it AI.
iRobot?
iRobot. God dang it. I always do that.
What's the other one with
I always call it that. Every time people look at me like, AI.
the Scientologist? Didn't he do something like that? And the one where he's moving video cameras or screens with his hands?
Oh, Minority Report.
Yeah, didn't he do a
they're
self-driving car thing?
Yeah. Yep. Well,
only if I could take over.
2 thumbs down for self-driving
Okay,
cars.
I'm taking a nap. I'm thumbs up. All right, one last story. This is the one you've been waiting for,
A
David.
cereal toilet clogger is on the loose, and the headline, cereal toilet clogger causes big stink. You know, Natalie here who wrote this article was so proud of herself. You can hear her patting herself on the back for that headline. You know it's true.
There's high fives going on somewhere.
So apparently there's a guy going around in, I don't know where it is. I think it's in Minnesota. Oh, Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Wisconsin. There's a guy going around in women's public restrooms.
Sheboygan.
In women's restrooms only.
It's your boy again.
Taking Coke bottles, 20-ounce soda bottles, and jamming them into women's toilets. Lee, is this you? Are you doing it? Because didn't Lee used to travel every week on the show? Remember, he'd go to.
Yes, he's been Paris,
London.
Italy.
When's the last time you went to Sheboygan?
I
Wisconsin?
love Sheboygan. I do love Sheboygan. And last time I was there, I only used the 20-ounce. Wait,
Okay.
no, it was using 20-ounce. I only had 12. I only had access to 12-ounce bottles.
So you're off the hook then
Yeah, it's
because
probably,
of that. Okay,
probably
well,
not me. Probably.
Well out. So anyways, if you're in Sheboygan and you try to use the women's restroom, just watch out. It might be a stinky situation.
But if you have any tips, make sure you report them to us first.
Right.
Yes.
We would like to break the news. The worst fear ever is going into a public restroom, using it, and then it doesn't flush. That would be.
I don't think that's the worst thing.
Oh, that would
could ever happen
be
to you.
terrible. I would be, especially after a big hot chicken and you're like letting it all out.
Oh,
We don't need to be talking about this. On
See,
the
I told
episode.
you. I told you. Lee gets flustered every time we talk about.
I don't want to
toilet
hear
stories.
about your big hot chicken shit.
that would be the big stink right there.
That would be horrible. Okay, you're
All
right.
right. Well, I like toilet stories because Lee is uncomfortable around them for some odd reason. All right. Well, that's all the news we're going to get to this week.
One more. Who you got?
Oh yeah, who you got? Real quick. This week, Trump and Biden have been chirping at each other on Twitter. They both want to fight each other. Lee, who would win in a fight? Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Go.
I'm gonna go with Biden.
Okay.
Because
John.
I have to.
Biden looks more fit.
I think Trump would stomp him. I think Biden's a big talker. I always find the
I
guys
think-
that
I
talk
mean,
the most. They're
Who talks more than Trump?
Biden.
Biden was saying. Biden
I know
basically
he started
said,
it, but I mean,
This is where we're
I
at.
don't
Hey
know.
guys, this is where we're at. The president of the United
I
States of
think we
America.
need a Twitter poll on this one.
We don't need a poll. This is where we're at. This is where we need. Well, okay, we'll put the poll up. This is where we're at. The president of the United States of America is literally threatening individuals on social media. That's where we're at, guys. That's
This is a Trump sees himself as a street fighter. Hadouken. Spinning uppercut. That would be great.
Does he say the words like as he's doing it?
Yeah. If you could make like a Street Fighter clone, of,
Ninja
like,
kick.
United
awesome.
States presidents or
That'd be
something.
great.
you know?
Yeah, that'd be great. On presidents he'd get his butt kicked, but I don't know Biden. He just
No,
had
like
some,
Trump
didn't he
would,
have some heart
Trump would
trouble or
have like
something?
the hair fling where he would like flip out his hair and hit you.
That'd
with
be
it or
good.
something.
No, would it be every president in their prime?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Lincoln's got that arm reach.
No, Lincoln would be up there, obviously. But
Lincoln's got
Teddy
the
Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt's a butt kicker too.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Well, he went in a wheelchair, right? Or that FDR?
That was FDR. FDR, if he's got weapons on the wheelchair, he's winning. I mean, that's
Yeah.
allowed. You got to give that guy.
You gotta give him an edge,
You got to
yeah.
level it out. Yeah, for
Ulysses
sure.
S. Grant, he's a general.
All right, guys, we're way past the time for this.
all
If
right.
we're gonna do a Dear John,
We're
going
gonna
to
get Jason Steen's favorite segment every week. It's where
This is for
John
you,
gives
Jason.
advice. Dear John.
By the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, Lee's gonna. Somebody sent us an email this week. Lee's gonna read it. John's gonna give me advice. Jason's gonna love it. Go.
Dear John, I am almost 62 and struggling to get through the day at work. It's not because of the work itself, but I am extremely unhappy in the work environment. I've been here more than 20 years, and I have a real problem with the work ethic of the younger employees. They come into work anywhere from a half hour to 2 hours late. One of them takes hour-long breaks, 2-hour lunches, and then leaves early. Another comes to work and complains nonstop about her drive, her ex and all her aches and pains. She just turned 40. I go home every night frustrated and so stressed out I snap at my poor husband. I really want to retire. It wouldn't be a financial burden, although we would have to cut back a little on spending. My husband won't offer an opinion, but I know I'd be much happier and healthier if I did. Any advice from stressed and tired?
Well, stressed and tired, I feel you. Most of the people I work with are younger than I am, and I feel the same way. I feel that they have no drive. They have no sense of ambition and trying to make their job easier or better. So I understand. I feel you completely. I think at this point in your life, you're well in the range to retire if you really want to.
How old is she?
62.
Oh.
I would work out a plan and present that plan to your husband. Go ahead and work it out. Make sure it works. Present it to your husband and just be like, look, we can do this. I want to do this. It's important to me. Let's try and make this happen. I have some naysayers in the wings, so I'll toss it to them, but that's my opinion. Guys?
What are we going to do with John? It's the same story every time.
Every week, it's just
He's just like run.
put a
Are
pin
you
in
guys-
it. Put a pin in it. Wait.
That's not, I did not tell her to put
switch
a pin in it.
gyms.
Switch gyms. Run
Get a
away.
new job.
you know.
You've only been working there for what, 20 years?
I mean, you're
Just get-
62 years old. Have you ever seen the movie Fried Green Tomatoes? At some point, you've got to get your life together and just start taking it take charge of it.
Here's the thing. When has a 62-year-old at work ever given a damn? They're supposed to be the ones calling people out.
When are they good workers? I mean, let's be on top of that. Let's see if we get
that.
No, let's go. We're going to keep it real on this segment, okay?
Okay.
You're probably.
If you're 62,
You know
can't
why?
work.
You know why those younger employees are allowed to come in and work less than you?
No.
Because they're doing more work than you. So you know what? Actually, it would benefit your company. I'll say if you're going to go out, just go out in a blaze of glory. They're not going to do anything crazy to you. But you should just go over to one of these young millennials.
I don't think you can say blaze of glory in regards to a workplace environment anymore.
Blaze of glory. Go.
There's so many things we can't say anymore.
Take a keyboard, start smashing their computers in, just cause havoc, flip the desk over, and just go. I'm out, baby. Retiree number 1 here.
See, I disagree with both of you guys. Here's the thing: this woman sets herself up as a real go-getter, right? Like, I'm working hard.
I just said she's not.
But here's the thing: if you are, I've said this before: isolate, document, destroy. If these guys are really doing it, so get you a video camera, record it, document it, and get them all fired, and then just be the only one there doing all the work. And then you can be a happy old hag. There you go.
All right, so we're going to put this to a Twitter poll. We're going to say here 3 options. John says, get with your husband, formulate a plan, blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead and retire.
Quit.
He didn't say really quit.
Retire,
he said
quit.
formulate a plan and then retire.
Quitter. Be a quitter.
I say make them fire you. And Lee says, suck it up, Buttercup.
Rat him out, and throw him under the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Bridge 'em.
Spy on the employees. Build a dossier and give that to your boss. That won't get you fired at all because then they'll start to go,
How did you have the
when did
time
you
to
have
do
do all this stuff?
Whatever. We'll
All
see.
right. Well, there we go. That is our Dear John of the Week. I'm just glad 62-year-old people are checking the podcast out. That makes me happy. So, all right. So now we also got Blame Your Selfies. We asked the people. They love the sounder, so it stays, Lee. Hate it for you. It's time
It's not
for
good.
Blame Your Selfies.
Keep your kids out my mouth. Honestly, when I first started doing this show, you said you have to take selfies of yourself. Blame yourself.
Selfie.
And I literally thought you were insane.
Insane.
I was like, why
Insane.
would anyone
Selfie.
take a selfie of themselves?
Why? Selfie. Why? Selfie. Why? Selfie. Insane.
All right, it's time for Blame Your Selfie. Everyone, the internet's favorite segment, whatever. All right, we ask our listeners to take pictures of themselves, use the hashtag Blame Your Selfie, and we feature those on the show. So first up, we have Squeaky Ha Ha Simpson, who is a proud wearer of a Misogyny Alert shirt. So we do appreciate that. But this week she's rocking the Kentucky blue. Kentucky's in the tournament tonight. They're playing tonight, so a lot of the Kentucky people aren't watching tonight. But we understand that. That's totally acceptable. But here is her thing with it says, this is my lucky shirt, and Leah C. Roach, a.k.a. Lois, has her lucky hat. I think we're set for tonight. Hashtag BBN, hashtag March Madness, hashtag Blame Your Selfie. So we'll see. Since we've started the podcast, Kentucky, all the listeners, they've been doing really good, and I think we have a lot to do with that. Or honestly,
yes, we definitely.
We're taking all the credit for Kentucky's victories. All right, Marlon Mealer, a.k.a. Half Pints Point, who writes articles for the website. This is a guy who doesn't know why he's doing this. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. And if you don't know, he's rocking Lee's favorite brand sunglasses there, Geico. Those are Geico sunglasses, and Lee's upset. This is from Jason Nashville, who's in the chat. Says, it's Thursday. Another Blame Your Brother live show tonight. Just what I need on a pre-Friday. More John Tortorello. Who will Dear John disappoint tonight? Hashtag East Nashville. Hashtag Blame Yourself. And go to blameyourbrother.tv and watch it happen. And John there has a huge disappointment cannon. And he's shooting it at a girl that said, Dad, I'm gay. That'd be one of my favorite pictures of all time.
That was
All right,
sweet.
This is me right here. How did this weekend go by so quickly? We had March Madness, great weather, fun-filled weekend. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. Wearing the awesome Part of My Take t-shirt right there. If you haven't checked out Part of My Take, that's another podcast you check out. This is Ellie, Professor Ellie, and she is also rocking the Kentucky Blue Cat. She also has a Blame Your Brother shirt she proudly wears, so we appreciate that. And it says, and this was 2 Half Pints Point because they were going back and forth about Kentucky, Tennessee. She said, I don't know why I'm doing this either. Hashtag blame your selfie. So
You're welcome, Kentucky.
go Cats.
Again.
Go Cats. River the Bearded at Geek Ukulele. This is River. River's the best. We love River. He's one of our favorite listeners without a doubt. Not one of John's. He didn't listen to his top 5. When you start your day with a handmade coffee filter butterfly in your hair, don't blame your selfie. Blame your 4-year-old. Hashtag dad life. It's a good picture.
Love that.
I like
Yeah,
it. That's his
great.
new profile picture, too. It's a good one. All right. Then we got Bree Poe, who's back with us tonight. Well, she was with us last week. During this program, her and River donated $10 each to the T-shirt fund. So that is awesome. We
Score.
appreciate it. You guys are amazing. At Bree Poe, when your bestie fixes your hair, find her at Vanessa Evans Hair on Instagram. Hashtag blame your selfie. The hair looks amazing.
Gotta say, your friend did a great job.
Yep. Bree is outstanding as always. So Brianna asked, are those glasses real I was wearing? No, they're not. We actually got them at the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois. But they look cool.
It's a Clark Kent special.
Clark Kent special. So there we go. All right. That was all the Blame Your Selfies. Make sure to send us more in the future, and we will feature them on the show. All right. Now we got to get to it's time. You know, like I said, John's giving out advice. We're showing selfies. We're talking about Steven Seagal, all great things. And we take all the lessons from the show, and we try to focus them in a little segment we call the Major Key segment.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right. We're going to give you a life lesson. One we got from the show today. Lee, anything stand
Draw
out
a blank,
today?
man.
Anything?
Get out of Bitcoin too.
Don't sexually harass Jenna McCarthy. John, what do you got, man?
I think this Uber story is kind of getting to
Uh-oh.
me. I think beware the rise of the machines.
Beware the rise of the machines. Lee, what are you thinking about that?
It's not a hit it and quit it. That's for
It's
sure.
not a classic hit and quit it, but I think we need to put that up there because I preach this every week on the show. Beware.
Don't be Ben Affleck. I kind of like that one
Don't
better.
get a
honestly.
stupid back tattoo. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Live and learn.
Live and learn?
No, I mean about the back tattoo.
Oh, yeah. And John definitely got a back tattoo. Lee, what you got? Type it up, and we're just going to read it.
I don't know. I like don't be Ben Affleck.
Don't be Ben Affleck. There you
That's
go.
a
That's
good
our
lesson.
major key of the week. There you go.
Give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody.
Is that how you spell Affleck?
got the
I don't even
keys
know.
now.
No, it's an E. 7I.
What, an E?
All right, guys, that was it. We have come to the end of another episode. I do want to say we encourage you. We're trying to get people to submit voicemails or audio comments. If you can do that, we'll play those on the show in the future. And we're working on a segment now. We've got a listener that actually reached out to us. Her name is Ashley, and she wants to do a segment where she asks a hot girl anything segment. So we're going to get your questions, any question. You can ask any question. If it's too crazy, we might edit it. But essentially, you can ask any question. If you wanted to ask a hot girl a question, you were too afraid in person, or you just didn't have the guts or whatever, we're going to be putting that forth. So send us your questions. You can DM to us, email us, or hit us up on the website. We'll show you how to do all that in just a minute. But she's looking forward to coming on the show. She's very excited about it. So it should be a little fun segment, and maybe to get John off the hook for a week for the Dear John. Who knows? Maybe they'll combine together and form something terrible. Who knows? But anyway.
We'll call it Dear God.
Dear God. Dear God. All right. So, but we do encourage you, like I said, if you can kick into the T-shirt fund, we would appreciate that. What you need to do is go to, once you give us some money for the T-shirt, gofundme.com/misogyny-alert. You need to come to blameyourbrother.net. That's the website. You know, not only are we a podcast,
.com?
.net. Blameyourbrother.net.
Oh, it's BYB Pod.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Blameyourbrother.net. So hang in there. Not only are we a podcast, and we put out a podcast every Friday. You can grab that on any of the platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, whatever. However you get your podcast, you can get it. But you can also go to our website and read great articles from Adam Cox and Marlon Mealer. They're doing a great job. TV shows this week, Adam looked at The Good Place, a great show. Definitely need to go check that article out. Half Pint still doing the MCU recap as we get closer and closer to Infinity War. We're less than a month away. or about a month away, right?
Yeah.
A month and 5 days away from that happening. I'm really excited about that. So he's doing a recap of every Marvel movie. Those are great write-ups. He actually did Avengers Age of Ultron this week, and I read it. I had forgotten just about everything that happened in that movie. So fantastic. So that way I don't have to go back and rewatch the movies. I'm just reading what Half Pint's doing, and I'll be ready for the movie when it hits. I didn't realize there's so many freaking movies. But anyway, all of our episodes up there. So just check out the site, man. There's all kinds of links at the top. You'll love it. It's a good place to hang out. And while you're there, you can follow us on all of our social media, of course, but you can also hit us up on that Amazon affiliate link, which is on the side of the page, or if you're on your phone, it's at the bottom. It's the Amazon link. We hate Amazon. They're going to take over the world. But, hey, they're supporting us financially. If you guys buy products through them, click on that link. It takes you to Amazon. You buy your stuff. We get a percentage of the sales. Helps us out immensely. You can buy T-shirts. There's a link for that. Always RadioVegas.rocks. They stream us every Thursday. We love those guys. Go to RadioVegas.rocks. Check it out. Get their app. And like I said, there is a place on the website where you can email the show. You can put in a fake email, fake name, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be real. You can send us a question, comment, whatever. Or if you have a question for John, if you want to ask the hot girl when she comes on, anything. Somebody said today.
Also our voicemail.
Is that a misogyny alert? If I keep saying send in a question to the hot girl? I think we got hit by that.
Probably.
All right, let's just get out of the way.
Misogyny
We had to
alert.
do one before the show was over.
Misogyny alert.
So, yes, the hot girl is going to
Misogyny
come, so
alert.
send us all those questions. But the website's where you need to be. Bookmark it, go there often, hang out. And like I said, come hang out with us every Thursday as we record the show at blameyourbrother.tv. All right, I think we've hit everything we need to. Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Announced that General William C. Westmoreland, a commander of American forces in Vietnam,
This must
would
never be
leave that
seen
post to become
by anyone.
the United States
Has anybody
Army's
seen
new
this?
Nobody has seen
chief
this.
of
They
staff.
have to be
The
found
first
and
Red
talked
Lobster opened in Lakeland, Florida. That is today's Memory of the Week. David, John, and Lee, back to you.